Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today, I'm going to be talking about the secrets to hard work and effort that no one really talks about. I'm going to be sharing an unbelievable story of Mr. Cho, a famous study motivator in Korea. Mr. Cho graduated from the Seoul National University, which is the most prestigious university in the country. To get into Seoul National University, students typically spend 10 hours a day studying and go to several tuitions a day. Many sacrifice their teen years doing nothing but studying. But Mr. Cho's story defies expectations. Unlike many top students, he didn't start really early. In fact, he only started taking studying serious starting from high school, which made his success nearly impossible. When students ask him, "Sir, you must have worked extremely hard, didn't you?" he doesn't hesitate to answer, "I almost died while studying at that time. Even if you were to give me $1,000 or $10,000 maybe, I still wouldn't be able to go back in time." And he gives two reasons why. Number one, just thinking about those years makes him feel like he might die. He almost had a mental breakdown, he would say. The second reason is that even if he were to be born again 10 more times, he wouldn't be able to push himself into that level ever again. Yet, at the same time, he carries immense pride of what he had endured in his high school life. Most people regret their past decisions and hope they would be able to go back in time to do better. But Mr. Cho says that he would never be able to work that hard again, even if he tried. And then he adds on, "I still believe I was one of the most competitive and hardest working students ever in Korea. No one could beat me." When students hear this, their eyes start shining and they start asking, "How much did you study? Can I ever study like you?" And then Mr. Cho drops a bombshell. He says, "This is why I could never go back in time no matter what. First, I slept 7.5 hours every single day." By the way, for reference, the average sleep duration for Seoul National University students is around 3 to 5 hours a day only. So obviously, his students are shocked. "You mean 73 hours a day, right?" "Nope, I mean 7.5 hours every single day." The students go like, "Huh? You actually got enough sleep?" And then Mr. Cho goes on, "Hey, I told you, it was brutally hard for me. I almost had mental issues." And then, here comes the most curious question. "So how long, Mr. Cho, did you study every single day?" Mr. Cho answers, 4 hours. During the holidays, 10 hours. Silence fills the room. His students are so confused. 4 hours a day? That's nothing. We can't even do 10 hours a day during the holidays. Why are you making such a big fuss about all these? Why are you dreading so much to go back in time? Your routine seems completely normal. You said no one could beat you, but I could easily beat you too." But what truly sets him apart isn't the duration he studied every day. It's one simple but life-changing word that makes all the difference. Mr. Cho says, "I can never go back in time because of this one word." Do you know what the word is? It's every single day without missing even one day. For 3 years of high school, he slept for 7.5 hours every single day, and he studied for 4 hours every single day. And during the holidays, of course, he did 10 hours every single day. He says, "During the holidays of my second year of high school, I went to the library to study for 10 hours for 68 days straight without missing a single day." He added on, That's when my burnouts almost killed me. And then he explains, if I had to do this for just 3 days or maybe just a week, I could handle it because I would know that there was an end to it. But my high school life lasted for 3 years and it seemed endless. I hit burnout during those 68 days of my holiday. On my first day, I was okay. On my second day, I was fine too. But everything started on the third day. What truly tortured him wasn't studying. It was the crushing thought of an endless, repetitive cycle. I have to do this again tomorrow, and the day after, and then the day after, for 68 days straight. And after that, I'll still have to study for 4 hours every single day. Forever? The frustration consumed him. He says, every 3 days, I'd snap. I'd go to the library, I'll start studying, and suddenly I'll just flip the table. I'll start cursing and shouting to myself when everyone else is just watching me like a crazy person. But even though he lost control sometimes, he never missed a single day. Mr. Cho also talks about self-justification, the excuses we make to avoid discomfort. Here's a quick definition of self-justification. Self-justification is the process of rationalizing one's actions, beliefs, or decisions to maintain a positive self-image and avoid feelings of guilt or discomfort. He says, every single day he had to fight his own excuses. He always had a reason to skip school. For example, I don't really feel well today. And if I overwork myself today, I might fall sick for a whole week. So it's better for me to rest a day. Or it's snowing heavily and my school is uphill. I might break my leg while going to school. Then I won't be able to study anymore. And even my mom tells me to stay home today. But despite all these excuses, he still went to school or the library every single day. Mr. Cho wasn't a great person. He was just an ordinary person, just like you and me. Even small things triggered him. If his mom was just 5 minutes late to preparing breakfast, his excuses will start kicking in. Mom, I'm going to be late. I can't go to school anymore. You ruined everything. But in the end, guess what? He still went. And this was what drove him crazy, the never-ending battle against himself. He says, no one told me this, but I instinctively knew. I couldn't run away. I couldn't just study once in a while. I couldn't cram. I couldn't burn the midnight oil. He knew that consistency, to be more exact, persistency, was everything. And that's why he succeeded. So, what can we learn from this? The most important thing, persistency is effort. Let me give you a short definition of persistency. It's the ability to continue despite difficulties. True effort isn't about pulling all-nighters. It's about doing it every single day. The total amount of time you spend studying, working, or practicing something isn't maximized by occasional extreme efforts. It's maximized by doing a little bit every single day. So don't stay up all night. Don't push yourself to the breaking point. Don't overreact. But never miss a day. There will be days when you feel sick or exhausted. If you planned to study for 3 hours a day but only could manage to do 30 minutes, that's okay. Just don't break the chain, because this is how true success is guaranteed. And this is what true effort looks like. So what do you think? Do you think you have what it takes to be truly persistent? Well, that brings us to the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching.